about
We're on.
Okay. Woo! Welcome to BB Breakdown 902, where two Nova Scotia super fans dissect and break down the game each and every week here with all of you Big Brother fans. I'm Melissa, and my partner in crime is just uploading the link to YouTube. Well, not to YouTube, to Twitter and to Facebook. Sorry, it's on YouTube right now. So that all of you viewers can tune in live after this crazy eviction show. Like one of the best episodes, me and Lindsay both believe, since this season started. So we're just going to give it a couple seconds there for everyone to be able to join in and tune in live. If you haven't already, we don't have any questions for this week. So please, if you have any after this crazy episode for us, please tweet at us or Facebook at us. We would love to answer at the end of the episode. If not, we'll just break down more live feeds because we love the live feeds. So, and let all you people that don't watch live feeds in on where the action really is. So, on that note, let's get it going. So this week was a crazy week. Kelsey came back into the house, and the backlash of that was just the end of Mitch's game, basically. Like when she got back in, she basically brought him down with one conversation with Jared and Raul. Actually, I had hoped that Raul might not have been swayed to turn against Mitch, but ultimately his loyalties ended up lying with Kelsey. He then proceeded to win HOH, and Jarrett, the other counterpart of the third wheel, won veto, solidifying the end of Mitch. So where do we begin? Where do you want to start, Linz, this week? I'm pretty devastated about the outcome.
I think that they brought in a crazy twist. My thing looks foggy. Hold on.
Okay.
Better. Yeah, they brought in like this crazy twist, which could have been epic, which could have been amazing. How they brought Loveita back, it would have been so much better. Like Kelsey got in there, did nothing like differently. She just got back with her boys and did everything the same. And really, it was a waste of a season twist, in my opinion. And I think that it screwed Mitch, and like you said, like the devastation was Loveita, and like Loveita screwed his game because she knew that she was in there and she had to hustle her own. Like she did everything right. I'm not mad at her, but like at the expense of Mitch and Joel, she hustled and they paid the price, and Mitch paid the ultimate price. And I was devastated what just happened. Like devastated. I'm so sad.
I have been equally from the beginning. Mitch was my second pick in our pool, which I've highlighted behind us. Kelsey was my first, actually, because I thought she was a strong female competitor, and I'm always for female competitors. But Mitch overall was my number one pick before I knew Tim got in the house. I've been a strong Tim, Mitch, like on the bandwagon for the both of them, even though they've kind of both been strategic masterminds in their own right on different spectrums of the house. I can't believe it just happened. First of all, I'm still kind of in shock. But in saying that, kudos to Raul for winning the HOH this week. It wasn't an easy HOH, and he really showed perseverance and patience in that HOH. So he did deservedly win. I'm just really sad. Didn't consider all the new alliances and new like kind of venues he developed in the house once Kelsey was gone. Like he started a new game, and he should have weighed that, especially when Jarrett won HOH and came to him and said, like I would really like to backdoor the brothers, which on Jarrett's part is a super smart move for not just his own game, but for the whole third wheel game, because I think Jarrett suspects what we've all been suspecting all along, that the brothers will come back and they'll be separated. But Raul wasn't going for it. He felt like he, kind of like drew the line in the sand with Mitch, and he had to stick to his guns. And I respect him. But
I was surprised that he did that because, like, at that point, he's like, they're like, "We'll save your friend," and he's like, "No, you have to stick to your word. You just stick to your game plan. You can't be wishy washy." But at the same time, like, if you're best friends with this guy, like, why aren't you helping him out? Like, now your friends are saying, "Let's be on his side," and now you're not helping him. Like, I get that, but like, I found Raul, sorry, not Raul. Yeah, that's right, Raul. I found Raul way too emotional this week. Like, he was so upset last night because he and Mitch like made up and everything was fine. And then Mitch was like, "Hey, I'm a YouTuber," like revealed that he was a YouTuber, and it was all out there. And then he's like, "I know this person. I know Gigi Gorgeous, who's a huge YouTuber who's Canadian." And Raul was just so upset because he was like, basically, I want to be famous one day. And now I've screwed my chances because I burned the person that can help me get famous. And I was like, oh my God, you're the most like selfish person. Two, you're way too emotional. It was so dramatic, so unnecessarily dramatic. I really didn't like it. I think he got bullied into doing what he did, but he had no backbone. It was stupid. Like, I was not happy with him at all this week. I was so mad.
yeah, I I do give him credit. He did stick to his guns with Jared and Kelsey when both of them are coming at him, being like, "We want to backdoor the brothers. We want to backdoor the brothers." He did stick to his guns. However, he did form a really strong queer nut alliance with Mitch, and it was pretty epic. And I think
Then
if
why
he
would
had
you
have
want to
taken
help
Mitch
him?
off the block and played, no, but the thing is if he had have just let Jared say, "Yeah, I'm going to use the veto on Mitch," and then taken him off the block and played it to Mitch like it was all my idea. I did it, like I made a mistake. I, like I forget that card with Mitch, and kind of like not bowed down to him, but like just solidified the fact he wanted to continue on with their alliance that they had formed together. I just think Mitch would have looked at the numbers and looked at kind of where, in the game where the sides were lying, and he would have known it was a smarter decision to stay aligned with Raul, because really Mitch was a mastermind of behind the scenes, like being the strategic guy, like kind of like being the puppet master in a way, like doing the behind the scenes work to get the people out and get people against each other. However, once Kelsey came in the house and that got just completely blown apart, what he was doing, then he had to rethink his game and, start from scratch, really, because she revealed that that's what he was doing to everyone in the house. So everyone in the house was then on to him, whereas before they weren't. So I think Mitch would have been open to like working with Raul again had he, let Jared use the veto. But I'm still in shock. It's crazy. This is honestly by far, this is crazier than who was coming back in the house between Loveita and Kelsey than the
Yeah.
twist is. The
And
fact
the
that
thing
Mitch
is,
is
the
leaving.
crazy thing is
So
like I guess I'm just kind of like, I wonder if like BB producers, like BB Canada producers, are like so upset that they shot themselves in the foot on this one, because like, and you can't control it. That's how it is. It's a game of chance in some cases. But I think where they went wrong, in my personal opinion, if things had been differently, what they would have done. Are you listening? Because you're just like writing.
yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
I'm saying
I am.
I feel like where they went wrong was allowing the people to vote Loveita or Kelsey back in. It was an obvious choice. It was going to be Kelsey. And I think that they should have done something a little bit more competitive to like have them get back in the house. They cut, like, Loveita was never going to be that person. And I knew that, you knew that. Like, we had hoped and some people had thought, but there was no way that Joel was or Jared was ever going to let that happen. And so for that reason, I think that's where they messed up. At least it would have been a fight, like a fair fight to get back in the house. But that's my opinion.
I think last week they should have done like an endurance comp where fought to get back in the house. Everybody was equally involved in the endurance comp, and whoever
Yeah.
fought to get back in should have came back in it. They wanted to switch it up and do it differently this year, because usually that's basically how house guests come into the back into the house for the most part that I've seen. It's usually been endurance comps, and whoever fights the hardest comes back in. And then, the fan base are like, yeah, they deserved it because they fought hard. But like, I don't know. I didn't like how they did it, because they all did not want Loveita back in, because they saw how hard Loveita was of a gamer, right?
Oh my God, I know who HOH is.
You do? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're gonna leave it to the end of the episode. And then
What?
we'll get into
No, that's ridiculous. We have to talk about it now.
We're not done talking. Okay, our viewership, we're about to
No,
do
I already know. Right now, we have to say.
Okay, say it. Do it.
Maddie.
I don't know yet.
Maddie.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, so on that note, the fact that Maddie won, I'm so happy. We're taking it back to Maddie this week. So happy that the Big Brother Canada gods heard us last week when we said that they're not showing enough of how negative Nelly Maddie really is in the house, because that's all we see on feeds. She's just griping about this, that, and the other thing. And finally this week they showed her negative side. And oh my goodness, this HOH, it could be wild, this one. I don't know what to expect from her. Like, she's unpredictable. She's a wild card in herself. So it's going to be. I think Kelsey will definitely end up going up. And if she plays emotionally, which she sometimes does, it might just be Cassandra, because she wants to be the last girl standing. Because she and Nikki.
Oh my.
Right now, well, I guess she's won too.
This is amazing.
She wants to be the last girl standing.
Also, good on Big Brother. Like, we totally deserve. And like, apparently Jared's like up in the room, like hanging out with her and kissing her ass and stuff, according to Twitter. And if you're on Twitter, you should be watching us.
No, if we weren't doing this podcast right now, we would be all over the feeds right now and be tweeting it out to our people that follow us on BB Ken or BB Breakdown 902. But thank you if you are still listening and not tuning over to the feed. And however, yeah, I'm not happy with that HOH. First of all, because I'm not a fan of Maddie, and second of all, it's another huge hit to my pool. I do not have Maddie on my team. So
dude, I'm
there you
killing
go
the
with
pool game. I'm killing it. I'm winning so much. Wow.
I know. It's insane.
Dude, what's
do you want to go
right
over?
now? Do you know?
Pardon? Oh, last I checked, it was 70 to like 20 something. So you're ahead of me by like 50 points. It's ridiculous. But anyway, you must be super happy.
I'm kind of happy. Okay, can I honestly say something? I am happy because although Maddie's crazy and I have no idea what she's going to do this week, it's going to make for an amazing week of like emotional gameplay and all this. Like, she might put up Raul, she might put up Kelsey. Like, it's going to be good in the sense that, like, thank God Jared didn't win. Thank God Kelsey didn't win. Like, we needed something else to happen. Like, as crazy as she is, I can't deal with those guys in power anymore.
I don't understand why. I still don't understand why Phil ended up being knocked out first round. Like, how did he not know that question, or did he just like blow it purposefully? That's what I think he did, because he wanted to be a potential HOH in a double eviction if it happens next week. But like, because I saw on feeds this week, and this, for anyone that doesn't watch feeds, this is another spoiler, but he really feels like he was telling his brother how good of a position they're in, and how, you know, like, no matter who gets HOH next week, they're not going up. And like, he really felt comfortable like with where they were at in the house. And he really does not think that Jarrett or Kelsey or Eller as a team will come against the brothers, that they really believe that they're part of that like little clique, but they've openly admitted that they're fourth in the clique. However, like, they're sadly mistaken and awful, because Jarrett is gunning for them for whatever reason, because I don't understand either, because Phil and Nick saved him.
Of course they're going after those brothers. Those brothers are like, they're strong, they're somewhat smart, they are not showing their cards. Like, you don't know where their head is in the game at all. The fact that they're there and they're a duo and they're in it together, that, like, you got to think about it. Kelsey, Jared, and Raul, they're not related. Like, they're going to help each other and, you know, but at the end of the day, they're not blood. At the end of the day, like, these two brothers are quietly sailing along. It's crazy that these guys are in here still and no one has put them up. And we're at like week 8. This is nuts. I'm loving this season. And I'm going on the record and saying this is the best season, more than season 2. That's how good this season is. I think it's amazing.
This season really, like, kudos to the casting, because all around best casting that I've seen since season 2. We all know I'm a huge fan of season 2. I think it even better than season 2. Like, there's a handful of people on season 2 that I'm still invested on Twitter, but aside from that, I think like I'll follow everyone on this cast, because this cast is just such a diverse group of people, and really there's something to be gained in terms of like investing like a little piece of yourself for that person to win, and every player other than Maddie.
But can I just say one more thing too? I just was gonna say, I think like in this game, like unlike other seasons, US, Canada, whatever, I'm like looking at the list of people still in it. Every single person is playing this game in some way or another. Like, there are no floaters. Everyone's in it. I really thought like, oh, Cassandra, she's going to be a floater. Nope, she's playing the game. Like, she's involved in conversations. I think she's got a good head on her shoulders. I was surprised by her and Tim voting Mitch out. And I only think like it was a strategic move, I think, kind of because like Tim, who wants to go up against Mitch, like he's clearly quite intelligent and he has his finger on the pulse. I think Tim respected him more. And I think Mitch going out like he did and just being like, you guys better get them out because I'm voting for them if they make it to the bottom 2. Like, that's just a class act. That's who he is. The fact that he's out and there's still like how many more people in the house? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people are still in that house and he's out. This is why, Big Brother Canada, you need a friggin' all-star season 5.
Yeah, the thing is it's so true, because there's so many people that would be amazing at All Stars, and then I'd be like glued to my TV or my iPad, because that's what I watch Big Brother through. But I'd be glued to it 24/7 with not just this cast, but some of the past people that I really like have fingers crossed that'll be re-entering in All Stars. I really hope next season is All Stars. If not,
we know Mitch will be there.
Really, like, who are they gonna, like, you know, like, they need to do it at season 5, otherwise they're gonna have too many people to fight over.
Like season 10 and expect like what's his name to come back, like John Party and all that. Like, they're not going to come back like in 7 years. They're going to come back now. And you've got Mitch, who was amazing and kind of like lost his opportunity. Like, they're going to put in, I would love to see Kenny for personal reasons, because I think he is quite attractive. Ika, like all these people, like, holy crap. Like, I wouldn't put like John and Netta in there, but it would be entertaining.
It would be, but seriously, Netta deserves her second chance. Sorry, more than John does. John has won the game, although I would love to see him play again. I would love to see the two of them in there and kind of not work together and not know where their heads are at. And like, you know, like, I would love to see that dynamic between the two of them, but who knows what would happen if they're back inside the house together again. We'll see. What was I going to say? Oh, in terms of, I'm just backtracking a bit for the Cassandra Tim vote, and as to why they voted Mitch out. I think Cassandra did it because she believes she's in a final 2 with Joel, and I think now Joel has no one left really in the game, so he's gonna ride that to the end. And Tim did it, I think, to kind of get Nikki back in a way, because Nikki had kind of put all of her chips with Mitch. Really got on that train and kind of abandoned the closeness that she had with Tim and the trust that she had in him to do kind of whatever he wanted her to do. So that would eliminate that from happening if Mitch was out of the house, right? Like, it would go and probably fall right back into going, you know, wholeheartedly with Tim again. So, but we'll see. You never know. I can't.
I was gonna say, like,
offhand, I can't think. You would align her. Sorry, what was that?
It's okay. I was just gonna say, I think that because Maddie is now HOH, spoiler alert, I feel as if she did say she was going after Cassandra. So Cassandra and Tim could be up there. You never know. I don't know. I just was like really disappointed in Tim just because I think that's a selfish move and not a gameplay that I appreciated. But you know how I feel about him. I know you're just like keyed up about him and I think he's great and whatever. And he is. He's entertainment. But when you see somebody like a player tonight go out like that, like it's just really hard to like swallow that pill of just like, because like, I don't know. It's just like kind of crappy because I do think like the math thing and the science thing, it was just so entertaining. Like Mitch this whole week, I wish he was that way the whole time. I saw like reminiscence of like Dan Giesling. Like I was like, this is so good. And
we didn't talk about his veto speech and how amazing that was. That was, honest to God, the best speech I can recall in the whole however many years since season 1 of BBUS, I've been watching Big Brother, and I can't recall a speech being that kind of like sticking with you that much and just having that much of an impact. It was amazing. I loved his speech last night. I've rewatched it at least 10 times before coming onto the show. It was awesome, like awesome.
Yeah, I think it was an obvious game move. And because like Kelsey, Jared, and Raul are so emotional, like obviously he knew what to do with that information. So I thought it was a very strategic move. I thought it was brilliant. I thought, like, you got to think about it. Like, you and I were texting while the show was happening saying, like, it was 7:40 and we hadn't even seen in the house yet, like, the live viewing. Like, we had seen nothing. Like, honest to goodness, there was so much they had to pack into that 40 minutes that had happened since, like, yesterday, really. Like since that veto, like I mean, obviously, like, but they do they do nominations on Friday. Then on Saturday they let them sit, and Sunday they do veto. So they've had that information. That's been 4 days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They had to pack 4 days into tonight's episode, and that's what they did. And it was like, how do you do that? And they did it. But I think like they could have like today could have been like an hour and a half episode. Last week was stupid. I'm so mad.
Yeah. Last week did not need to be an hour and a half. This week needed to be an hour and a half just to show just to give kudos to how great Mitch's game has been. Especially since last week they lacked so hard in showing that how great he was like last week getting Dallas out and keep all Mitch last week, and they didn't show one lick of it. And I was so disappointed. And then this week I was really happy that finally, he had so much to offer this week because he was just like going out with a bang, which I respect wholeheartedly. But I'm really hoping that the next twist this is my prediction for the next twist, because they mentioned that at the end of the game that there's going to be another wild card coming up. Was it this week or next week that it's happening? I think next week. I'm hoping that it will be Canada gets to decide if we split the brothers up or bring Mitch back in the house. That's what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed.
It's like that first season when they revived Gary, and it was like just because like they knew Gary was like why people were watching, so they had to like bring him back in the house. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I just don't like the wild cards. Like, let it just happen the way it's supposed to. Like, if it had played out and last week hadn't have happened, and I'm like, whatever, like it was awesome to watch, and I'm like, I loved it. But at the same time, like you kind of like mess with the integrity of the game overall. Like, and that's what they did. And I think there was no way, like, unfortunately, like Mitch just kind of got screwed and didn't know it was happening. So all the work he was doing, all the like things he was lining up in his game was completely like catapulted the second she walked back in that door. He had no control like over what was going to happen. It was so unfortunate. Like when you mess with that, like that's just kind of unfair. And then like people like Cassandra who are just in there and completely unaffected by it, it's heartbreaking to see like people who are actually playing the game get punished for it.
It was sorry, Kitty. Kitty's trying to get airtime. It was bamboozled, as Carly Chavan would say. They bamboozled his game, like completely bamboozled it. And I've said that 3 times in a row, but that's what they did to his game. I really feel bad for him. And considering on that note that Loveita wanted Joel protected, well, she didn't do a very good job of protecting Joel when she wholeheartedly knew that herself, Joel, and Mitch were in an alliance. So why would you blow that up? You
Because
wanted to
he
protect
blew
Joel.
it up.
Why would you blow it up?
He blew it up because she is a very she needs to be liked and like feel comfortable in a situation. And I think Kelsey's like I don't give a crap about you and I'm going to be a snot. And she knew she wasn't going to be able to get Kelsey to come to her side / be her friend for a week if she didn't like within like we're watching this like, and it's like they put them in there and like they sit on the couch and she's like, I hope you're not mad at me. And she's like, well, now while we're here, I should let you know. Like within 30 seconds of being in there, she revealed her cards. And like I guess that's like what you do. And like I said, like I'm not mad because like she had to play her hand. She had to do something, but it was just such. It sucks just because like now Joel and Mitch were punished for it. And now like one of, I would think, the best players in BB Can was like out. And because of it, it just was kind of crappy. And I'm hoping that this week Maddie does something useful with her HOH, because if we watch another week of like Kelsey, Raul, they go up and then one gets off and then like it's just someone stupid goes up, like I don't know. Although, like, anybody that gets out now is going to be amazing. I don't know. Everything's great, but I'm just mad about tonight. Erg.
Yeah, we really
also,
are.
I feel like we were all over the board tonight, but I'm still, I don't care. We are doing this after, like, Big Brother Canada, one of the best episodes of this season. I don't care. Like, I'm so mad.
I know it. We really didn't have any time to like process this information, and I feel kind of therapeutic when I tweet about the show and tweet about my, after reactions of it, because you have to like when you're tweeting, you tweet it out, but then you have a second to think about it before you send it out into your Twitterverse. Here we're just being raw reaction to what has just
raw
happened to
reaction
our lives of Big Brother.
I like went out for dinner and I was like, because I watched for I'm gonna say 2 hours last night. I am very chatty tonight. I have lots to say. But I'm saying like I watched for 2 hours last night and I watched, Mitch trying to make a case with Raul. Then I watched Raul like be devastated that he had to like vote his friends out or whatever. And then I watched what was the other people? Oh, I watched Mitch and Kelsey and Jared have a conversation. Like this is all at midnight. Like I should have been in bed. I had a meeting this morning at 8:30. But anyway, the point being that they had he spoke with the two of them and he was like, look, like I had to make a move. Like the speech itself wasn't personal. Like it was a game move. Like he just told them, like, but they don't show that. Like they show you what you want to see. He apologized to them. They were like, look, we understood. It was just kind of out of character for you. So we were throwing, and he was like, I know it was out of character. It was like my last ditch effort to like draw a line. And that's why I did it. And so like, it was all explained. I do think he had a glimmer of hope that he was going to make it. And I, watching like tonight's episode, was like, oh my God, I think he did it. The fact that he got Maddie and Ramsey to go over, and then stupid Tim and Cassandra, what did they do that for? I'm so mad. Because I honestly think Raul may have kept him, to be perfectly honest. If it's been a split vote, I think he may have kept him. That's what I think.
You know what though? I think that in saying that, I love Tim. If you follow our show, I'm a huge Tim fan, and I think he is just like the creme de la creme to Big Brother. However, I do think that Cassandra has more of a pull on him than he's willing to admit, because this was all Cassandra this week, the reason that Mitch went, because it's best for her game to keep Joel because she's in the final 2, and she somehow convinced him to keep Joel and vote out Mitch. And I'm not really privy to how she did it, because this week I've been slacking on live feeds because my son is sick. So I don't know how it happened, but if anyone wants to fill us in, if what I'm saying is correct, what I'm conspiring is correct, I think that Cassandra really does have more pull on Tim than he's willing to admit. And it would have been interesting to see, you know, Cassandra have an HOH and to see her noms, because it's been thrown out there from what I've read on Twitter from the people that I follow, like Hamster Watch, that she has been throwing out Tim's name as a potential person to be put up. And I don't know what she's thinking. Like, yeah, I've been reading that she's been saying that Tim could be a potential person for her to put up as a nom. And I don't know why. Like, I know she's in it with Joel, but like, really, she's in it hard with Tim. And Tim does not, he's one of those people that you don't want to feel the wrath of Tim when he's coming for you, because he has a good way of like just speaking to people in terms that they'll understand and want to side with him. He has a really good way of doing that. Like, I watched his season of Big Brother Australia. I'm watching him adapt wonderfully into this season of BB Can 4. And I really think that if he does get on the chopping block and it is do or die, he's going to pull like, not a Dan's funeral, but, you know, similar to that. And really, if people are thinking, oh, we're going to vote out Tim, he'll change their minds. He's that good. Like, he really is. And I can't wait till he's able to be shown in that light. I don't want him to be in that light, because that means him potentially ending his Big Brother Canada game. But I really can't wait to see that side of Tim come out in the game, because right now he's in a pretty good position. And as much as people throw his name out every once in a while, they're really not considering putting him up. It's really side right now. Maddie and Ramsey against third wheel. And the brothers are being put out there now. As in previous weeks, they weren't out there in non-talk as much as they have been this past week, of people recognizing them now with their, not only their game, but with their social side of the game, and wanting them out. So I don't know, like, I don't know how this week is going to go. It's going to be so good in a sense, because Maddie's going to do, but it's just going to mean more Maddie airtime. And I hope that we don't have to listen to her complain as much as we have to on feed sometimes. That's all I'm hoping.
You know who I think
Please, Big Brother.
I think that Joel might make top 5. You've heard it here first. They're gonna go at each other. Like, that's what they're gonna do. And Joel is just gonna like be pawn, and like he's like, Nikki and Joel are like, oh, they're nice. Like, don't worry about that. Oh my God. I have so many feelings this week. I have never been this emotional on our little like BB Can breakdown thing. And I am so heated. This is why I can't watch. We can't do this like that 10 seconds after the show ends. My emotional state is like, this is when I'm usually in the shower washing my hair, being like, God damn Tim, God damn Tim. But now I'm here on the internet just saying everything. Oh my God.
I love it.
Oh,
I'm sure our fans appreciate it.
Oh yeah, me going crazy.
So in saying that, closing remarks at all, or before we wrap this thing up?
Closing remarks. I can't.
Want to do predictions for who she'll nominate and all that
I
stuff?
think she's gonna nominate Cassandra and Kelsey, and because I think she's threatened by other women and she doesn't get along with them, and she thinks they're like the ones driving the men, and to a certain case they are. And then if somebody wins veto, I think she's gonna put up their men. That's what I think she's gonna do.
You know what? I said it earlier that she most likely will put up the 2 female, because she wants to be the last woman standing. However, the fact that she does not recognize that Nikki is a threat, because what I think Maddie, for whoever is in the final 3, if she's in final 3, for them to bring her because they think that she'll be an easy win, and then I think that she thinks that she'll be able to convince the jury that she's the winner. That's what I think. However, if it's, let's say, Joel, Nikki, and Maddie in the final 3, Nikki will be brought to final 2, because Nikki, up until this point, She is trying to be part of the game. She is trying to game, but she has no idea what she's doing strategically in the game. She is making a lot of close personal connections. Like, people really enjoy being around her. She's funny. And you know, she's socially, she's a great player. However, if she's put up against anyone against Nikki, the other person will win, unfortunately, unless Nikki really picks it up the next few weeks and starts winning comps, which I don't really see her doing because she's not really that interested in winning, from what I can tell, unless it's a lot of luck competitions where she ends up winning a lot. I don't see, unfortunately, because I love her on the show. Like, don't get me wrong, for all you Nikki fans out there, I do love Nikki Graham. I really do. I enjoy her. I just don't see her as a Big Brother Canada winner. I don't.
No, well, I don't see Tim as a Big Brother Canada winner.
In saying that, I agree with you. I think she'll put up Kelsey and Cassandra. I think that actually Kelsey or Cassandra will end up winning the veto, because I think they'll fight hard knowing that their ass is on the line. And then I think that Maddie will end up putting up the brothers, and potentially the brothers will go home. That's my predictions for this week. What do you think?
It's a good prediction. It's gonna be like someone. It's not gonna be like Joel and Tim. Like, it's not gonna be that. Like, she's gonna be smart about it, and like the thing is like, if, like, according to like Twitter, like 30 minutes ago, like after she won, Jared was up there for 2 seconds, like up there, like being like, oh, you know, we're not cancer, we're like good people, blah blah blah. You know, like, he's playing his own game, and I think, like, you know, maybe she'll put up like Raul. Like, God, he's so emotional. You can't control somebody like that. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm so thankful. Like, as much as like I'm with you, I think she's whiny, and I don't like that. I think that she's so good, at least, to have somebody else in there other than, you know, like, just like back, forth. Like, I'm over it. Like, let's do something here. And she'll do it. And she's going to shake it up. And whatever happens, everyone in this house is playing. It's amazing. Best season of Big Brother Canada yet. Boom.
Yeah, I agree. It's been an amazing season. I really do hope that this next twist that they implement is what I've foretold on this episode. If it is, I will be forever tweeting about it. But thank you so much, everybody that's tuned in with us live to listen to our shock on what happened tonight over our beloved Mitch. I will forever be Team Mitch, even with him in the jury. I really hope that in the jury he, you know, plays the game as he's been playing it in the house. He is one of the best, and I hope that he'll be strongly considered for BB Can All-Stars. That is all for tonight for me. Thank you. Lynn?
I think it's amazing. I think it's the best season yet. Like I just said, I think Mitch seeing his boyfriend come out and his boyfriend like crying, I was like emotional, and I was trying to set up this hangout, and I was like, oh my God, my emotions could not deal. I think, twist. It was a twist fail in a sense, because it like got out one of the best players that I think people are watching for. So I think like Big Brother's going to try to like rectify that by maybe voting like Mitch back in. You never know. But yeah, amazing week. Well, I'm sure it'll be another crazy week, and I'm so glad we're doing this because it's so much fun just to like have these chats. I really like, this is the best, and we appreciate all of you guys watching, and always send questions, because clearly we get a little heated and have things to say. So I wish I got this heated about my own love life. Jesus.
Amazing. All right. So we thank you again for tuning in to us wherever you are in the world. We so appreciate you tuning in to watch us live. If you're watching us after the fact, we appreciate that that much more. Just thank you so much for the support. We will continue to do this weekly because, as you can tell, we love Big Brother in general, and we will be tweeting out this week when our next episode is, and enjoy the next week of Big Brother. We will be definitely watching in all fashions. If you want to hear more from us, you can follow us on Twitter at BB Breakdown 902. We will be tweeting out. I am the tweeter that has emojis in my tweets, and Linz is the tweeter that has GIFs, pictures that flood our feeds, which we love. We love to be able to look back and recap them with pictures as well. So thank you again for joining us. Bye. See you next week.
Bye.